Hi, I am the director and writer of Kickstarter. For the first time, I would like to share some of my personal and technical insights about Kickstarter, our Kickstarter goals and rewards, the playable demo release, and the team. I hope you'll enjoy.
Peggy 16.
Shit! It's not real. It's not real. Chief?
I personally believe that a story-driven experience should not be spoiled in any way to players until the final release date. That being said, here's the Thief Shelter timeline. So, while we were still developing the final product, we managed to pick some elements and resources and generate a small showcase for you to take a peek, while I can still have the privilege to keep everything about the final game a secret. So some cinematics, some situations you might experience are only designed for this demo in particular, and it was only made in 1 month by 2 people. So trust me when I say this, it is not there to impress, but it's there to showcase some things that we are working and developing and upgrading still to this date.
Shit! It's not real. It's not real. Chief? Chief, do you hear me? Fuck.
Thief Shelter is a 3D point-and-click storytelling adventure. From a story standpoint, you will experience an investigation in the 80s from the eyes of Detective James, a guy who suffers from dementia. Thief Shelter is not a typical investigation game. You can expect many paranormal events to take place and enough dementia effects as you progress further. There is a general theme, or let's say a keyword behind Thief Shelter, and that word is emotions. My plan is to deliver a linear experience that at the same time gives you space to explore things that you could possibly think you're not supposed to. I want to deliver memorable story events, tools that switch the whole idea how the game plays out, puzzles to be an obstacle to your experience, and much more that will result in a complete journey for the player. Each game will have a different general theme, but we're not here to talk about the future. So I will have time to share more information about the story and the future of Deep Zelda in future videos. Now, let's dive deeper to our unique gameplay core that we've never talked about. Personally, I consider Thieves Elder to be a reinvention for the genre. As a gamer and a fan of storytelling games that don't belong in this genre, I wanted to bring more aspects and elements to this game. So enough with the talking. Let's get to business, shall we? There you go. Navigation system. One of the oddest, if not the oddest things you might think. Let's analyze the core of a point and click game first. From a personal standpoint, I really like the aspect that you can have a slow-paced experience with no anxiety and a clean way to get from a point A to a point B. For the most part, this is the base of all point and click games. No skills required, no stress, only pure enjoyment of some easy to understand mechanics. Well, you will notice that many things work in a similar way for us too. But I wanted to break some old stereotypes and expectations for Thieves Elder and go deeper. First things first, point and click games are only intended to be played with the use of a mouse and a keyboard. Well, in Thieves Elder, I can guarantee you one thing. A use of a controller has much more to offer. Now you can rightfully get the chance to experience vibrations in certain events of the game like any other genre. The way to get from one point of interest to the other and examine, explore, and experience various situations couldn't feel any better with the use of a controller. That's why it is highly recommended. Notice the previous word I used, feel. By having a limited control to your movement, I get the chance to initiate horror elements, cutscenes, paranormal events, and story progression. The goal for our navigation system is to provide a system that helps players to focus more to the environment while keeping the element of the surprise on our side, because players should never know what their next step brings on the table. From a game design standpoint, I wanted to keep following the general theme of the game. That being said, I want you to know that our linear system does an incredible job explaining new information you need in order to progress further. But be aware of one thing. You will experience twists on the gameplay as you progress further, and that will result in new ways to explore an area you thought you knew, or hidden story opportunities like a VHS tape and collectibles.
Chief, I know you didn't report anything unusual happening in the mansion, but there are some red lights here and a weird message on the walls. What's all this about?
Huh? What are you talking about? We spent 2 hours inside that mansion and we found nothing like that. The place was a bit messy, but other than that, we noticed nothing unusual during our investigation.
Shit.
Detective, do you hear what I'm saying to you?
Yes, Chief. What were you saying?
This old man has been living in isolation for the last 2 years. James, is everything alright? Sounds like you're in pain.
So the main core working for Thieves Elder consists of 2 people only. It was a great honor though that we got the chance to cooperate with a music composer and bring some exclusivity to our tracks, to bring voice actors to boost the performance, and the whole emotions keyword of the game, and have a unique presence built to suit the role. There are many challenges that come with creating a great game. Time is always an issue, as it is to make sure that everything works and feels as expected. We have already put a lot of work in Thief's Shelter, and we know that with all of you on our side, we can create a memorable experience for everyone to enjoy. I am very happy to showcase for the first time ever our physical rewards that we are going to deliver during our campaign on Kickstarter. I hope you had a great time and stay tuned for more.